All right, what's up, everybody? It is Saturday night, and the Dodgers decided to break my heart like they normally do. So let's drown my sorrows by talking about this week's workouts. Um, so let's start with talking about some barbell repeatability intervals. So last week we did some interval work. Recall that we're doing EMOM, interval, Metcon. So this is our last week of doing intervals, this time on snatches. So the way this is going to work, we're going to go every 6 minutes for 3 rounds. We're going to do a 90-second assault bike. So you're going to go 30 seconds easy, 30 seconds moderate, 30 seconds hard. So kind of a ramping effort to kind of pre-fatigue you for the intervals after it. So 90-second bike into 2 rounds, 7 bar-facing burpees, and 5 squat snatches. So you'll go 90-second bike, 7 burpees, 5 squat snatches, 7 burpees, 5 squat snatches, rest the remainder of that 6 minutes. So you should have plenty of time in that 6 minutes to rest, so that you're able to go pretty hard on those intervals every time. So on the squat snatches, we're going to build by set. So the first set is going to be 95-65 or whatever's appropriate for you, and then build by about 10 to 20 pounds per round. So this should be something that's pretty easy, not necessarily easy, well, I guess pretty easy for the first set, a little bit more challenging for the second set, more challenging for the third set. So the first set might be touch and go. The second set might be quick singles. The third set should be moderately paced singles where you have to think about doing the rep every time. So those are our intervals for Monday. Tuesday, push press heavy singles. So we've done our 10, we've done our 5, we've done our 3, and now we're going all the way down to a heavy single on the push press. You have 15 minutes to build up to that. That should be plenty. Making sure that we're keeping a good stiff midline, good dip and drive with the legs, and then allow the shoulders to carry all the way to the top and good punch out at the top. So finishing up our push press cycle there. Then we've got our odd object and gymnastics work. So we've got 3 rounds for reps of a reasonably high volume triplet here. So you've got 3 rounds of a 3-minute AMRAP with no rest in between AMRAPs. So you're working for a full 9 minutes. But the way it's going to work, so at 0, you're going to do 20 box jumps with a step down, normal height, 20 toes to bar, and then in the remainder of that 3-minute window, so until the 3-minute mark, you'll do as many reps of pistols, alternating legs as you can. Then again, at the 3-minute mark, you'll do your box jumps, toes to bar, do pistols to the 6-minute mark, etc., up to the 9-minute mark. So that's our object and gymnastics. Then on Wednesday, so we're going to start working on some deadlift density work within the confines of a Metcon. So we've done heavy work on the deadlifts for the last 8 weeks or so. So now we're going into a Metcon style of deadlifting. So we're going to always be doing 45 deadlifts for the next 3 weeks on Wednesday, but they're going to be mixed chaotically into workouts in bigger sets every time. So this week is going to be 5 rounds for time, 9 handstand pushups. If you're good at handstand pushups, do those strict. Then 15 and 12 calorie row, and then 9 unbroken deadlifts, 225, 155. So over the course of that cycle, the total volume and the weight is going to stay the same. It's always going to be 45 total reps at 225, 155. However, the number of reps per set is always going to go up. Finally ending at 3 sets of 15 unbroken deadlifts. So think about that when you're picking your loading for the workouts this week. If you can barely get 5 sets of 9 done, then next week might be a little bit tough. So scale appropriately. After that, we're going to do a little bit of live event skills practice. So preparing for an in-person type of competition as opposed to an online type competition. So one EMOM. So EMOM for 8 minutes, 1 to 2 rope climbs from seated. So just the indoor rope climbs. So pull, start with your butt on the ground, pull legless until you can get your feet on the ground, then clip in and stand up. So there's multiple ways we can scale that. You can start laying all the way on the ground with your head on the ground, and then pull yourself up to a standing position and then lower yourself back down. Or you can just start standing and work on the footwork and stand all the way up and touch the ceiling on the rope climb there. So there's multiple ways to scale our rope climb work on Wednesday. That's going to be the first minute. And the second minute, 20 to 30 drag rope double unders. Obviously scale that as appropriate. If you do not have any drag rope double unders, either use that minute as some skill work or something like 40 to 60 double unders if you don't have double unders at all. work on your timing or work on some double under drills for the second minute. That's not necessarily supposed to be conditioning as much as skill work. Then we've got some gymnastics accessory on Thursday. So this is ring muscle up work. That is to prep you for some ring muscle up Metcon next week or next week. So the week of November, whatever that is, not this week. So we've got some prep work, some of the shoulder extension pails and rails, banded turnover drill. So working on some skill work there. And then a couple different options based on how many ring muscle ups you have, whether you're working towards your first one or whether you have some and you're working on building volume in your ring muscle ups, and then some ring dip work to kind of build up your overall pressing capacity on the rings. Then after that, kind of a shoulder health / pump session with a little bit of cardio mixed in. So 3 sets, not for time, but continuous. So continue to move through this, but we're not doing this like very fast 4-time recording your score. 100-foot single arm bottoms up kettlebell carry. So you're holding the kettlebell to where the bell portion is facing up. So you have to grip extra hard, working on a little bit of rotator cuff stability there. 50 feet on each arm, then 10 and 8 calorie ski, 10 standing thumbs up lateral raises and thumbs up 45-degree raises. So we're raising dumbbell up this way and then raising the dumbbell up 45 degrees away from the body. 10 each direction, and then 10 and 8 calorie ski again. So that's our Thursday work. Friday, this cell keeps shrinking. We've got a different kind of squat cycle now. So we just finished up with our back squat cycle. We've got front squats from the ground every 2 minutes, descending reps. So 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. So squat clean into the first rep. That does count as your first front squat. And then building up over the course of those 5 sets to a heavy double, but keep that in more of the like RPE 7 to 8 range. We're going to come back to this and I want you to be able to beat your score. So don't push to that RPE 8, 9, 10 range. This week, this should be kind of a pseudo deload week after we hit a heavy single last week. So new squat cycle there. And then our Metcon 50 wall balls. So there's kind of a chipper workout, 50 wall balls, 35 hang power clean and jerks, 35 wall balls, 20 hang power clean and jerks. So kind of a chipper / couplet type workout there. High reps, low weight, kind of gross gut checky workout on Friday. And then finally, to finish out the week on Saturday, we've got our push-pull strength. So seated dumbbell Z press. So you should be seated on the ground, like the name says. And then your torso should be nice and vertical, legs straight out in front of you. And then a Z press just meaning that we're doing a straight up overhead press. So 3 sets of 15 there. 1 minute rest between that, and then segmented single arm ring rows. So I've attached a video there, and that's just working on segmenting your scapular movement from your arm movement and working on some single arm pulling strength there. Then if you're doing the class 8 or 9 a.m., we're doing 3 rounds for time, 250 and 200 meter ski, 50-foot single arm overhead walking lunge. So you'll start your ski at one end, you'll lunge down to the other end of the room. You'll do 250, 200 meter row, and then single arm overhead walking lunge back. So 3 rounds for time there. And then if we're doing Fit Club at 10 a.m., so for time, you're doing a 400 meter run, then a 50-foot single arm dumbbell overhead walking lunge, similar to what we're doing in class at 8 or 9, but 1 dumbbell overhead 70 and 50. So a little bit heavier on the dumbbell there. Then you're going to do a 50-foot handstand walk, then 50 drag rope double unders, then an 800 meter run. So kind of a pyramid style workout here. Then you'll work your way back down, 50 drag rope double unders, 50-foot handstand walk, 50-foot single arm dumbbell overhead walking lunge, and finish with a 400 meter walking or a 400 meter run. Don't walk your run. And that is our workouts for Saturday at Fit Club. So keep getting after it. Again, if you have any questions, if you're starting to have questions about Turkey Challenge, about how you should be prepping for it, we're getting to the about 1 month out part. If you're starting to have questions about how you should be organizing your team or anything like that, please let me know. I'm happy to be a resource for you. But other than that, keep getting after it, and I will talk to you guys soon.